Once you understand the psychology of the modern leftist, the last decade of the woke revolution starts to make a lot more sense. The endless outrage, the hypersensitivity, the rejection of rational debate. These aren't just ideological quirks, they're symptoms of something much deeper, a crisis of self-worth masked as a moral crusade. Today, leftist is a broad and fragmented term, but in this context, I'm referring to socialists, collectivists, LGBTQ activists, climate cultists, and similar types. What unites them isn't just ideology, it's psychology. At the core of modern leftism is a pervasive sense of inferiority, low self-esteem, powerlessness, guilt, self-hatred, depressive tendencies. These aren't always acknowledged, in fact, they're often repressed, but they decisively shape leftist behavior. The hypersensitivity to language, for example, stems not from objective harm, but from an internal fragility. Words like oriental, handicapped, or broad once carried no negative connotation. It was the activists themselves who branded them as offensive. And ironically, those who are most offended by such words are often privileged academics or upper middle class whites, not the minorities they claim to defend. Many leftists identify with groups perceived as weak or inferior, not out of compassion, but because they unconsciously project their own sense of weakness onto these groups. They hate strength, success, and rationality, which is why they direct so much venom at America, Western civilization, white men, and science itself. The hatred is not consistent. The same flaws they denounce in the West are excused or ignored in socialist regimes or tribal cultures. The real issue is envy and resentment. Words like self-reliance, personal responsibility, and merit are foreign to the leftist mindset. Their hostility to competition and preference for collectivism reveals their internal defeatism. They demand that society solve everyone's problems because they cannot conceive of solving their own. The leftist rejects objective truth because truth creates hierarchy. Some ideas succeed, others fail. But to the leftist, that distinction is unbearable, and so they attack truth, merit, and individualism, not to uplift the oppressed, but to soothe their own psychic wounds. If no problems existed, they must invent them because victimhood is their identity.